Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a growth oil. I'm really excited to share this video with you and this recipe because it is the one that I was using when I had my protective style. And when I took my protective style out yesterday, I noticed that there was a big difference. My hair was looking healthy, there was growth, my edges were doing so well, and that's why I thought I really had to share this recipe with you. So there's so many recipes out there, and I'm not saying that this is the only one you should ever use, but I would encourage you to try it, especially if your hair is either not growing very well or you lost your edges through alopecia. Then it's something that is worth trying. The ingredients that I'm going to use have been shown through research to be beneficial for people whose hair is not growing very well, and also who are trying to regrow hair in areas that are bald. So if you've got a goal to grow your hair to a certain length, then this is definitely worth trying. For this recipe, I'm using quite a few ingredients, as you can see. I'll go through each one of them and explain the benefits of each of them. The first ingredient is aloe vera. Aloe vera is packed with minerals and vitamins and also amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks for proteins. Minerals and vitamins, they will help to nourish the hair follicles. The proteins or the amino acids, they also help to strengthen the hair. Aloe vera has been shown to actually promote regrowth or cell regeneration in areas which are bald, so it's fantastic for people with alopecia. The next ingredient is carrot. Carrot is a great source of vitamin A. Vitamin A is an antioxidant, and therefore it protects the scalp and the hair from damage from free radicals. Vitamin A also improves blood circulation to the hair follicles, and therefore it'll help nourish them. The next ingredient is ginger. Ginger also improves blood circulation to the hair follicles, but it's also been shown to improve cell regeneration in areas which are bald, so it's another fantastic ingredient for people with alopecia. The next ingredient is rosemary. Rosemary is really a staple in products which are for hair growth, and that's because it not only helps improve blood circulation to the hair follicles, but it has also been shown to promote cell regeneration. The next ingredient is parsley. I'm using the flat leaf parsley here, but you can use curly parsley. Parsley is also another ingredient which has been shown to help with regeneration in areas which are bald. The next ingredient is moringa. If you followed me for a while, you know that I really do love using moringa, and it is actually considered a superfood, and that's because it's got so many benefits. If you don't have the moringa powder but you've got the fresh moringa leaves, you can use that. Sometimes I've actually used moringa tea, just the leaves which are in a tea bag, and that works fine. The next thing I'm going to use is tea tree essential oil. So tea tree essential oil, it not only acts as antibacterial, antifungal, it also stimulates circulation in the scalp, so it'll help boost growth that way. The other thing I'm going to use, which is another favorite of mine, is peppermint essential oil. I love using the peppermint mentha because that's the one that's been shown to boost hair growth. And then the next ingredient is actually MSM. So MSM, it is basically a pure sulfur. What has been shown is that if you add MSM to a product, it actually makes that product more efficient. So what I mean by that is that if you add MSM to a product with parsley, for example, it'll make the parsley work better. So on its own, it may not necessarily improve hair growth, but it'll make all the other ingredients work much better and therefore help to promote growth that way. So it's an indirect way of improving growth. So if you don't have MSM, because it's the sulfur that we want in here, if you don't have MSM, what you can use instead is onion, because onion is a great source of sulfur. The next ingredient is fennel. It helps to extend the growth phase in the hair cycle. The next ingredient is cloves. So cloves, they've also been shown to stimulate growth in areas which are bald, and therefore this is a fantastic ingredient for people with alopecia. The next ingredient is fenugreek. Many of you will have heard about fenugreek and its benefits. So fenugreek has been shown to stimulate hair growth, but also it has been shown to stimulate hair follicles which are dormant, the ones which are sleeping and not doing their job. And then because we're making an oil, we're going to need some oil. So I'm using 2 oils. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. My hair loves olive oil. And last but not least, I'm using avocado oil. So I used up the avocado oil that I made myself. So I had this in the cupboard. So this is the one I'm going to use. If you don't have this one, I do have a recipe which shows you how to make avocado oil. I'll put a link to that in the description box and also on the screen so that you can make your own avocado oil if you don't have the shop bought one. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to prepare my aloe vera. So if you're using fresh aloe vera like I am, you need to cut it and then rest it. And that's because there is a substance that comes out of this, which is like a latex substance, and that can be quite irritating. So you want to make sure that you cut it and just leave it to rest for about 10-15 minutes. Okay guys, so this is what I was talking about. I left my aloe vera leaves to rest in the little bowl for about 10 minutes, and as you can see, there's all this yellow stuff which has come out. And guys, this can be really irritating to the scalp, so you want to make sure that it comes out. If you're using leaves from a supermarket, then they're unlikely to have this because they will have been resting for a while before you buy them. But I would still encourage you to wash them and maybe even soak them for a few minutes just to make sure that you don't get any of the stuff that's going to irritate your scalp. So for me, the next step is to just wash these leaves thoroughly, remove all that yellow stuff, as well as any dirt and impurities that might be on the surface. I will then just chop this up into little bits, as well as the carrot and the ginger, and then I'm just going to blend them. If you don't have a blender, you can just slice this very thinly or chop it up into very small pieces, and you can grate the carrot and grate the ginger. So I chopped up the carrot, the ginger and the aloe vera, and I blended them together thoroughly. And then I put a pan over the hob on a very low flame, and next I added half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Next I added 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. I then added the blended aloe vera, carrot and ginger into the oil. Next, you stir the mixture for a few minutes while the oil is warming up. Next, I added 1 teaspoon of fenugreek powder. The next ingredient is a small bunch of rosemary that I just crushed. The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon of cloves. And then next add 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. Next add 1 teaspoon of parsley. Then add 1 teaspoon of moringa powder. After this, you stir on very low heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. It's very important to keep the temperature at very low because you don't want to overcook and thereby destroy the nutrients. So make sure that your setting on the hob is at its very lowest throughout. Now we add 3 scoops of the MSM powder. The MSM powder usually comes with a little scoop in it. If it doesn't, then just add 1 teaspoon of the MSM powder. We're adding the MSM powder at this stage while there's still a little bit of moisture in our mixture. Aloe vera has got a lot of water. In fact, most of it is water, and this is what the MSM powder will dissolve in. MSM powder does not dissolve in oil, so we have to put it at this stage so that it dissolves completely. So you continue to stir the mixture until it changes color and becomes a light brown. This is when you know that the mixture is ready and we are nearly at the last stage. Once it's ready, you take it off the heat and allow it to cool completely. Remember, this is oil and we do not want to be handling hot oil. Now, once it's completely cooled, we're going to strain it, and I just use the end of a pair of tights to strain the mixture, and I prefer this rather than a sieve because they find particles in there. So I just put all the mixture into the end of the stocking and then I strain to extract all the oil. So I apologize that, the video wasn't showing this stage very clearly, but all I was doing really was just straining it just to get all of the oil out. And now all of the oil has been extracted, and we managed to get about 75 or 80 mils of oil, which is a really good amount. So now we're at the final stage, and I'm going to pour the oil into my applicator bottle so that it's easier to use. But before I do that, I'm going to add the essential oils. I'm going to add 5 drops of the peppermint essential oil and 5 drops of the tea tree essential oil. Now, if you don't like these particular essential oils, there are so many to choose from and you can use your favorites. I'm adding 5 drops of each because if you followed me for a while, you know that I don't like adding a lot of essential oil to any mixture, because if you do add too much, it can be irritating to the scalp. Now I'm just going to pour my oil and then I'm going to mix them very thoroughly so that the oil and the essential oils are mixed beautifully together. So there it is. This is our beautiful growth oil, and I know I'm definitely going to enjoy using this. I've actually been using this for a month and I've really enjoyed the results, so that's why I made another batch, and I'm going to use it for at least 3 months. And as we know, with anything to do with hair growth, we need to be patient and we need to be consistent. So this is not something that you use now and again and expect good results. You need to use it regularly for at least 3 to 6 months before you start seeing significant results. I recommend that you use it about twice a week. If you're the kind of person who prefers to use oil once a week, that's absolutely fine. There's no need for you to change your routine. However, just remember that it'll probably take you longer to see the results. If you're the kind of person who prefers to use oil on a daily basis, that's absolutely fine too. This is perfectly safe for you to use on a daily basis. How long this will last, because we used fresh aloe vera, fresh ginger and fresh carrots, it's not going to last months and months, unfortunately. We added some essential oils which do act as mild preservatives, but they're not going to be as good as those other commercial preservatives. So this will last about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, depending on how well you're looking after it. I prefer to keep mine in the fridge because there's still a tiny bit of moisture in there, and I really don't want it to go off and get bacterial or fungal growth. And then what I do is that an hour before I use it, I take it out of the fridge just to bring the temperature up to room temperature, because we don't want to add cold oil to our scalp. If you don't have time for that, you can take it out and then just put some warm water in a jug or a cup and then pop the bottle in there for a few minutes just to warm it up, and that'll be absolutely fine. If you don't want to keep it in the fridge, make sure that it's in a cool, dark place and away from direct sunlight, because we've got some avocado oil in there which doesn't react well to direct sunlight. So if you use it, guys, I really love to know. So please come back and let me know. Again, I said, use it for 3 to 6 months. Please share the video with your friends and family through social media, WhatsApp, etc. I'd really appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and support my channel. And also click the bell icon for notifications. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next video, my beautiful friends. You take care. Bye for now.